my co-host here has been making fun of me all morning because this is like a huge thrill because I am like one of your, I know everybody says this, one of your biggest fans. I grew up in the 80s. 1984 was like the biggest year of my life. The Tigers won the World Series, and sports was like on top of the charts. So, I mean, this is like the interview of all interviews for me.
Cool.
He's not joking.
Cool.
We have a big poster up in our office here at work.
The 4-album cover.
Yes. So this is a big deal, and you're coming to town, and we couldn't be more thrilled, and that's great. And Mike's going to be there front and center, if not behind the stage, and right there in the front row.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny. I was Google imaging Huey Lewis in the news yesterday, and it's like I want to call you part-time singer, full-time golfer. It's like there's more pictures of you golfing now online than there are singing.
Really?
It seems like it. It's like, you know, Huey on a golf course, and then Huey's coaching the Giants, and then like it's all this sports stuff, and then we get the singing stuff too. But it's like that's how much you've expanded, and how much your life has become a little more than just music.
Well, yeah, you know, and we know a lot of athletes. It seems. I mean, you know, we do the same things. We play coliseums and take a lot of showers together.
Wow. Well, we should delve right into this one.
But, you know, I'm no spring chicken. So, and Bruce Bochy of the Giants is a buddy of mine, so you know we kind of hang out with the Giants a little bit, and that's probably where those photos are from. Yeah.
Well, it kind of sounds like you've done this whole fame thing right. You know, you have a very balanced life. You had a fantastic album in the 80s, did very well for you, and then you kind of took it easy and did what you love best, like Mike mentioned, golfing and fishing. You know, other artists in your situation would have wanted to do another hit album right away. So why did you decide to go that route?
Well, you know, it's always good to have a life when the career doesn't go so well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, I have other interests, and you know, and it wasn't one versus the other or any other reason for that. I mean, I've just always, you know, the most important thing in my life is music, but it's not the only thing. You know,
Right.
so.
Right.
I've always done all sorts. But as it happens, we're playing less golf these days and more music. We actually have a new record going to come out next year, and new songs. And for the first time in a long time, we're really kind of excited about all the new stuff.
Well, that's always a good thing, you know, to keep your music going and keep the career going. You're, of course, known for all those great hits in the 80s and the early 90s. But and not only the music, it's interesting how you've gone into movies and TV. Reba McEntire's video a long time ago. And I was just to realize you're doing some voice work for Puppy Dog Pals. You played Bulworth. How is that to do voice work for a cartoon?
Really fun, actually. It's really, really fun. I mean, it's you know, it's voice acting is what it is, and it's when it's challenging, it's great. And the characters, I've fallen in love with the characters. It's kind of a fun thing to do. You know, after all, I am in show business, which means that I'll do pretty much anything for attention or money.
Oh, you and Mike have a lot in common.
and you know, what was it like, and what is it still like for you to just be in public? You know, the fascination with celebrities in the world, and North America in particular, is amazing. I mean, I can't imagine that's the best part of the job, is to not be able to go anywhere and say, oh, my God, Huey Lewis, let's get a picture with him. Let's get an autograph with him. As cool as that is to be known, does it get old after a while a little bit?
Yep. I mean, there's no question. And, you know, back in the day, it was only autographs. Now everybody has a camera. You know, every phone is a camera. And back in the day, there were no cameras. You didn't take a lot of photos. You just signed autographs. So it's a lot faster. Now it's a photo session, and most people, frankly, you know, everybody owns a cell phone, but only 50% of the people know how to operate it.
True. Yes.
Can you hang on? Hang on. I got to get the flash ready for you. Oh, can we do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Are you social media savvy? Do you get into all that stuff?
I don't, but I have a person who does for me. You know, so I kind of monitor it at arm's length a little bit, but. Personally, I don't tweet. I don't Instagram. That's all anathema for me. Too much information. I don't even what I do is not even interesting to myself. Let alone why should it be interesting to somebody else?
You know, you say you say that, Huey. We're talking to Huey Lewis, who's in town next Thursday at Caesars Windsor. How did the band stay grounded? I've always seen interviews with you. You seem humble and stayed out of trouble even at your peak and into the 90s when there was a lot of rock and roll and drugs and things like that. How did the band stay so grounded?
Yeah, well, I mean, not that we didn't experiment. Let me tell you, we've been there and back, but for me, it's always been the outdoors. It's Mother Nature is my spiritual place, and I just like it. I like critters, more critters, less people. I live in Montana, and they ask me why, and I say more cheese, less rats.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it for me. I get refreshed from Mother Nature, and so I take periods of time and do that stuff. I go into the woods, I ride my horse, I fish, I play golf a little bit, but that's what does it for me.
So you're going to come to Windsor. What are we going to be able to see on the stage? Are you going to do any of your new stuff that you've been working on?
Yeah, you're gonna get 3 new songs, 3 really good new songs, if I say so myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You must be in love with these songs. They're your new babies, right? What kind of style music is the new album and the new songs going to be?
Well, that's a very good question, and it's actually going to be for us contemporary stuff. I mean, Huey Lewis and the new stuff, not rhythm and blues stuff, not retro things or any of that. This is contemporary stuff, and we're in love with our new songs. Finally, it's not easy to write new songs when you've written a few already, because you can't repeat yourself, and everybody has a couple songs, but now we're on song number 85, so
wow.
It gets a little tougher, but we really do have a great batch this time.
Mike's going to be so confused because he thought for sure he would know every lyric to every song.
I'm going to have to study up.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, YouTube's probably got some stuff.
Yeah.
Probably because we're playing them now. Like, we're going to play them tonight, too. So somebody, you could probably... It'll be tough, but I think you can do it, Mike. I think you have all the words.
Yeah,
do not
all the
disappoint.
Words for the new songs down by the time.
I will try my best. Was there a point? One last question. We'll let you go because we know you got that tea time. That you said, we made it. We finally made it where we wanted to be and what we wanted to be all these years. Where you looked out in the crowd or you were on TV and you said, "This is it."
That's really a great question. It's a great question. And I'll tell you what, and you'd think there might not be an answer to that, but there is for me. And it wasn't that we made it; it was I knew we were gonna make it, and that was when we had our sports albums out. We were opening for 38 Special, and the audience was increasingly kind of coming for us, and I realized, and we had a hit with Heart and Soul, and then I think our second single was Heart of Rock and Roll. And Heart of Rock and Roll wasn't much of a single, really. It was our own personal style, and didn't seem like it was like nothing else. And I thought, when it became a hit, and famously we were opening for his 38th Special, and I actually gathered everybody and said, "You know what?" I said, this is gonna happen, So I said, I told everybody, because I'd been there before with another band, and we'd open, and I'd had a little more experience than the other guys, and I told them, enjoy this now, because we're opening for 38 Special, and it's the easiest gig in the world. You show up, you have a crew meal, about 7, we go on at 8, we're off of 8:45, and the people are going crazy, and now 38 Special has to go on, and they have to worry about the lights and the sound and the crew and all that stuff. And I said, guys, that's going to be us one day. And it's not going to be as much fun as this is. This is as much fun as we're ever going to have. So enjoy it. And we did.
That's awesome.
What a great story. And what's wrong with your baseball team, by the way, before we let you go?
Man, everything, fortunately.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong with our baseball. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because they're going to have to go back to the drawing board, I think.
Well, we're in the same situation with the Tigers. Our window has closed, and unfortunately, our World Series shot in 2012 didn't go well against your Giants.
Right, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Well, it's one of those things. I mean, World Series are their own season, and what you got to do first of all is just get there, and then you kind of got to get lucky. But, geez, Yeah, it's tough. You watched the All-Star game last night, I'm sure. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were laughing this morning at the Canadian anthem where she laughed during the middle of it. I'm not sure if you saw that, and Justin Smoke of the Blue Jays kind of looked up and said, why are you laughing? What's going on?
I didn't. Who did the anthem? I didn't hear it.
Well, kind of an unknown Canadian singer. Like, we really weren't too familiar with her.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of her before.
No.
And then Lisa here thinks baseball should...
Let me guess. Does she have a new Fox show?
Yeah, something zany on Tuesday nights at 8:30, I'm sure. And Lisa here thinks baseball should be 4 innings. I'm trying to convince her there's a lot going on in a baseball game than you think, but she says 4 innings isn't enough.
I would go to a lot more games if it was only 4 innings.
Yeah, Jim Bouton famously said that a lot of people don't like paintings either because they're not running around bumping into each other.
Right. And golf should be like 5 holes.
Yeah. Well, no. If you're into it though, it's just perfect. I mean, baseball's perfect. If you're into baseball, it's perfect. It's the perfect game. They should have never done the DH, unfortunately, but that's prolonged a lot of great careers. So arguably, you could say you could see a lot of guys hit that wouldn't have if they didn't have the DH. But
so you're a National League guy. I'm an American League guy. I don't want to see the pitcher strike out.
Yeah, no, I'm a National League guy, but not the pitcher because Madison Bumgarner hit 2 home runs in his first outing this year. So some pitchers can hit, and that's an asset, and ought to be, I think. So, and also strategy wise, if you want to pinch hit people and so on. So, but I think baseball's perfect. I really do. I think baseball's perfect.
It's the best game there is, and
golf is about perfect too.
Oh my gosh! See, you and Mike should have lunch.
Well, we wouldn't talk about music instead. We talk baseball the whole time.
I know.
Anyway, Lisa's falling asleep on all this baseball, talking about the strategy of the DH versus the pitcher. So we'll let you go, Huey. Enjoy your golf game, and we can't wait to see you next Thursday at Caesars Windsor.
Okay, good deal. Thanks, fellas.
Take care.
Take care.